Hello, everyone. Welcome to the road trip. I don't know if you could tell, I cleaned up the intro a little bit, added some things and cleaned up some things, and it doesn't just, the audio doesn't just cut off like it does before it kind of fades out. So, there you go. So, welcome to the show, Mr. Tom. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. I do apologise if I seem it's because during the intro I did my customary Twitter scroll and I found something that's going to troll Stefan quite a bit. So I'm just currently uploading that if you don't mind. But it's good, I promise. It's
All
good.
right.
Um,
Cool.
but no, in all seriousness, Gary, I'm not bad. It was quite
Cool.
handy. Weeks that the stoop does not do a show makes it quite handy for my sleep levels.
I
So,
bet. I bet. I bet. I
so
mean, it's one of those things where you kind of like doing the show, but
that's
you would,
exactly it.
you're
It's like I'm
okay.
never actually going to get upset at
But
not
you
being
kind of
there.
would like, yeah, yeah. All right, so we might have a guest join us. This is Sam did say he liked the new picture for the show. I don't know if you guys have saw it, but it's
I did. I
yeah,
saw his message. Yeah,
yeah,
he's right as well. It's very good.
yeah. I cleaned that up, and I guess since this is this is not an off season, but this is a what you call it. Uh,
It's don't you call it the interlull usually?
Yeah, this is the interlull, so I call it the summer lull. Yeah, so that's my new thing. As you can see, there's a car going off into it looks like the desert. It's like it's skidding out because there's a little dust coming out from the back of it.
I
And
liked how everything was pointing in that direction and we're all going in that direction. I was like, yeah,
says where we're going. I don't
some
know.
children are being murdered apparently
Oh, you don't want to
in the
know.
background.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But yeah. So like I said, I just wanted to try something different. So cool. So yeah. So welcome to the show, Lonzo. Colonel Waters joined us.
Half sixpence is better than half a penny. It's better than half a farthing. It's better than none.
Very true. Very, very true. Something is better than nothing. Doesn't matter what the something is. So sometimes you want to be grateful for it, and sometimes you're like, you know what? I'm all right with nothing. Sometimes you're like, all right with nothing. You know.
But
Sometimes
no,
you're like, you shouldn't have, and you meant it, right?
yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
you shouldn't have done
Oh, you
that.
shouldn't have. No,
And they're
really,
like,
you
no, no, no. They're
shouldn't have
like,
done
no, no,
that.
that. So it works. It works probably 90% of the time. But there's that 10% where you're like, yeah, I would have not I would rather not have got that, right? So yeah, yeah. So yeah. Uh, a certain someone wants. Okay, no, I'm not even reading that because you know what, Lonzo, with that kind of chatter, there's no wonder you're not getting invited to the show. Yeah, I'm not even putting his comment up. Not even putting it up. I'm just gonna skip over it because it's only bad news. It's only bad news. Yeah,
Blessing in disguise, some would say.
yeah, no worries. I did invite him over. I don't know why I do that to myself. Stephen has joined us from Canada. Welcome to the show. And Spencer is hanging out with the family, but he keeps saying he's hanging out with the family, but I'll be in the chat. Dude, you're hanging out with the family. Doesn't matter, right? Isn't it the
I've
same
got to set
thing?
up that show. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
thanks for the reminder. I've still
yeah.
got to set up tomorrow night's watch along.
Oh, you have a watch along. Oh, cool,
Yeah,
cool,
do
cool.
have a watch along in the yeah, they're doing it on Sunday night in this particular month, and
All right, so you guys can check out the full Nelson
yeah,
and
I
check.
got
Yeah,
a thing for that. Sorry,
cool,
what's that?
cool,
What's that? Yeah, check
cool.
out full Nelson. Sorry, QR code, QR
Oh
code.
man, all right. That's interesting. Russ is here. Yeah, yeah. We saw Russ on the show last week. I mean, so Russ, whenever he wants, he can come on. But the door's open. He just needs the key. That's all. Gary, it's a film, half for sixpence. Like there's no need for your financial records. I don't get it because I didn't see the film, so I don't know the relevance to the film. But financial records, is that like Is that like the big news right now? Is that, you know what? I saw a lot of talk about it. I assume we will talk about it. I assume. I don't know if
Referencing that you took the fact that he was mentioning something about old money, and then you just went off with it. But I don't know what he's expecting on the road trip. It's what happens.
Dude, you said something that made absolutely no sense to me because I have no relevance to it. So I can only go one way, which is my way. All right. You see Mr. Tom come on the show, and guess where the show goes? His way. And is it your way? No, never. Is it the
Very
show's
rarely.
way? No. Chat? No. I mean, he doesn't even know he's going there, and then he looks back and went, "Damn it! I didn't think that's where it's going to end up today, but here I am."
No, master. How do I end up there? Anyway, sorry, what?
Yeah, BX Gun has joined us. Welcome from the Boogie Down. BX is here with us.
To be fair to him, Tony made that QR code. I have no idea how. I don't care.
You can do it with an app for sure, a phone app. All these phone apps allow you to do stuff like that. So
I assume that's what he did, but it's safer to just not. The less you know with Tony, the better. Clearly.
True. He sent something in our chat, and I was like, "Thank you, but you shouldn't have." And he's like, "No, I needed to let you know." And I was like, "No, you I should even. How did this conversation go? Because it was. What did I say? What did I say?
He said something that made you think, no, really, you shouldn't have.
Oh, this will get you started doing my medical journal. And I was like, and I sent him a Britney Spears GIF. Oh, you shouldn't have. And he said I needed it for something else.
Have you seen Alonso's hand signals?
He's
going, oh yeah.
Then I sent him something saying don't share. So
yeah.
So
sharing is caring.
Yeah.
Well, in Tony's case, often not sharing is more caring.
Yeah. So Alonso's joining us. So here we go. Alonso wants to come on. Should I let him on? It almost looks like he's got something wrong with his head, doesn't it?
He's had a fight with a lawnmower.
All right. So welcome to the show. It's Lonzo from the Midwest Lonzos. What up?
Hi Gary. Hey Tom.
Hey there. Yes. He was walking. He's walking down the street, and a pair of clippers was standing around the corner, and he tried to run. You ever see that in the movies? He tried to run, and he's like, "No!" And then he falls to the ground, and then he wakes up in the hospital, and his hair is all gone.
Right. So
how that happened, kind of.
It's very hot in Texas, and this is my summer cut, and eventually, I've been meaning to do it, just a little bit at a time, and I told my barber, just shut it off, man.
Yeah, who is it? You say, give me a number one. Is that kind of how you say it?
Number 3. It's number 3.
I said number 3. All right. So let's just say hi to a couple people, and I'll let you continue. Taib has joined us. Welcome to the show, Taib. Jordan. I'm not sure if Jordan. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying that. Jordan from the LFC. I don't know how to. I don't know if I'm going to be saying something and it's going to sound weird. Even when I say it in my head, it doesn't sound weird.
I didn't realize I was on mute. I was about to say it's his name.
Oh, Jordan
Hyman.
Jordan Hyman. All right. You know how people put these weird names in there, and then you say it, and then you're like, "Damn it, you got me." So
I welcome that. Like, it's a waste of their time because I'll just say it and then not be embarrassed by it. So,
well, I'm the other way around. So yeah. Blame me. Not yeah. You're here inviting a young Tom on who plays with puppets and pretends to be what? I don't. What's he talking about?
I have no idea.
Once again, you lost me again. Nobody's blaming you. Actually, you bring something different to the show. Yes. How's life in your part of the world? Checking in, Taib. High speed, low drag when you join in the corps. The what? Now I don't know what that means. Anybody know what that means?
That's military talk, I expect. But they're all like, "Yeah, man, we're at full max power, brah."
All right, Alonzo, you know what that means?
I'm assuming it is military talk. Yeah, it sounds like military talk.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a good day in the.
You know what? He could have said Broncos, 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 and it would have meant the exact same thing to me. Good performance from your garage on the English match last night, Spencer. Yeah.
Spencer had been kicked out of the house, we suspect.
Oh, is that why he was in the garage?
He was streaming from the garage.
Wow. You know what? You know you've hit low when you're not even allowed on the carpet anymore. And you're not allowed even on the floor in the house. You're just gonna have to take your wares out elsewhere, and he has to do it.
I know what you meant, Spencer. I've seen movies.
Yeah. And Sam Greenwood has joined us.
Give away all your secrets.
Yeah, Sam Greenwood from the Norway Greenwoods is joining us in the chat. We'll see him. We'll see him on the show. Probably more regular when the season kicks in, but throughout the summer he'll come and go as he sees it. I had no clue what's going on. Yeah.
Guys,
what's that?
I think we should do a segment called Mr. Tom's New Drink of the Week.
Oh no! What the hell does that mean? We'll do that. Wait, we first I gotta let Lonzo talk. He was talking and then I interrupted just to put the chats in, and these guys have gone crazy with chat messages. So once I catch up, Lonzo will hopefully continue his thought. Do you remember what you were talking about?
Yeah, my number 3 fade. Right. So every year it gets hot here in Texas, and unfortunately, yesterday, they were cutting trees, and where I stay is kind of north of Houston, called the Woodlands, and so yeah, it's really really crazy outside. And anyway, so going east on Wilderness Parkway, where I live at, it was a traffic jam, and it took forever just to get out of that situation. So I shortcutted it to my friend's house, and I'm going to be doing some house sitting next week and starting tomorrow. So my friend is from Holland, and we're talking about Holland's chances for the Euros this year and all that. So anyway, just looking forward to that. Looking forward to Euros, obviously, and looking forward to the game tonight against the Oilers and Panthers as they start their campaign on the Stanley Cup Finals. Looking forward to seeing how they match up, and that was my hockey corner of the week.
There we go. Lonzo dropped. Yeah, Lonzo dropped everything in one intro. So there you go, folks. He comes fast. It's like those NASCAR drivers. Hit that corner fast. You look and then they're gone, man. Yes. Sam moves out and things clean up, huh? Is that what we're saying?
It's hard. He's doing.
Oh, yeah. The election has been. Sorry, Alonso. The election's been called, so it's happening, right, in England or in the UK, everyone slice it. And basically, in the constituency that Sam would have been in, Nigel Farage, the major proponent of Brexit in 2016, is standing there as a politician, which is quite controversial, obviously. And yeah, we all have to put up with all the old folk in our lives going, that Nigel Farage, he gets things done. I'm like, he got filmed drinking a beer, and you think he's a man of the people, even though he's a millionaire and his wife's a millionaire. Sorry, I'm not getting political, but I'm just it just amuses me how easy it is to actually fool people.
Yeah, well, it's always weird for me how certain people will vote a certain way, and it's like, dude, you're more like me than you are like him, right, or her, right?
Yeah.
They live a different lifestyle than you, all right? Their lifestyle doesn't entail, their bank accounts going below 7 digits. You know what I mean? Some of us are lucky if it's over 4 digits, right? So, yeah, yep. Alonzo's hockey moment of the week was embedded into his intro.
And what a moment!
And it's gone, dude. It's gone.
So, Alonso, quick question on the Stanley Cup. As our resident hockey expert, are the Panthers going to win the Stanley Cup?
I think yes, Tom, but I think it'll go.
He needs to figure out how to make more info than you're tainting it.
Don't need your life story. Just needed a yes or no. Are the Panthers going to win the NHL? That's all I wanted to know.
Well played, Tom. Well played.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, it sounds like everybody. Alonzo's got.
I know Alonso enough.
He's got a. What is it called? Is it a?
Minutes time?
What's it called?
I've
A
been sat here in
QPC
7
code?
minutes time thinking. So are the Panthers going to win the Stanley Cup?
Yeah. You stopped him quick. You did good there. So is it a QPC code? Is that what it is, Sam? Mr. Tom? QPC code. So if Lonzo puts out a QPC code to the party,
QR code.
all right?
Sorry, yeah.
To the party, Lonzo. Everybody, we'll see you there.
That's a great idea.
Midnight at Lonzo's Holland house. Let's just call it that.
Party at Alonso's is Holland's friend house. That's
you know, he said he's hanging out with family, man. He must be, woo. Yeah, Russ here. Woo. Yeah, I'm not saying it, but yep, coming fast can always be a problem. There you go. All depends. Oilers suck. Yes, it's my home team, but I cannot stand them. So there you go. See, even Steven's like, no Canadians win this year. It's an American sport. Just kidding.
So
it's not American sport. No.
So Martin Truex Jr. has a good shot of winning.
Oh, whoa. Race car segment was not on the agenda.
To be fair, I did ask him how Martin Krapex Jr. was doing.
No, we always ask him, but I'm just saying it's never, ever been a race car segment on the show.
All right.
Go ahead, Lonzo.
So last weekend he finished three laps down, and that was not a good day. However, tomorrow Sonoma, so he won there 4 times, and it's going for a 5th tomorrow. So hopefully he'll make it good again. I doubt it, but we'll see.
Yeah. The most politicians, they lie. So even the ones that are on your side.
Right.
Yeah, we've got Mosses in the house.
Politicians lying because their lips are moving.
There you go. Watching Sesko Kid as we speak. Oh, tell us how he's doing. I wish he would have made his decision like yesterday, so we know. All right.
Well, that's interesting. That's because I may have had a wager on the 2 p.m. games in the UK.
All right.
Oh no, Lithuania have scored. That's not.
All right.
That's not useful.
So for those who are also following the T20s, Netherlands and South Africa will be playing in about 10 minutes or so.
They have a good T20 team, Netherlands.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's not true. But they did beat England 15 years ago.
Okay.
I've never forgot it.
And then for those who missed out yesterday, Canada beat Ireland by 12 runs. New Zealand. Here's a score. I never seen something like this before. New Zealand had 75 runs after 15 and two overs. Lost to Afghanistan, who had 159 for 6. So they basically didn't even get to the last 4 overs, because guess what? It's mathematically impossible. So it's over for them. Bangladesh beats Sri Lanka by 2 wickets. There you go. So that's, as you say, as you guys know, USA beat Pakistan by, what is it?
The super over.
Yeah. Why is it called a super over?
Because calling it sudden death is probably a bit on the nose when cricket is played in a lot of countries where most crimes will get you a sudden death.
But I don't get it. So USA goes 159 for 3. Pakistan goes 159 for 7.
Yeah.
Why don't the wickets count?
Because it's T20.
So the wickets count in other, like the wickets counted when it was. Why don't what? I didn't get it.
If it's a 50 over match, I believe the wickets count.
So the wickets mean absolutely nothing then. Really, and truly, there's no, like, you get 10 chances or 9 chances essentially, right? You get your 9 wickets or whatever.
I don't know the rules of cricket in that level of detail, but I'm guessing that's why. Otherwise, it wouldn't have ended up the way it did.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I didn't understand that rule, but that's a new one. What's crazy is this T20s in the Caribbean and USA. So some teams are playing in New York today, like South Africa and Netherlands, and some teams are playing in Barbados, like Australia and England. So
it's quite strange that, Gary. They're basically going, oh yeah, America are hosting the 2020 Cricket World Cup, but most of the matches are actually in the West Indies.
Not only that, but they're in South America as well, because Guyana is hosting the West Indies versus Uganda match today. So it's in New York, Barbados, and Guyana, all in the same day.
Yeah, Gunnar Matters is right. It's cricket's equivalent of a penalty shootout. Basically, you both play one over. I believe you select 3 players to do it.
Yep.
And I think the main reason it went the way it did is because the Pakistan players were out.
Yeah, Gunnar Matters joins us. Welcome to the show. Got Brownie has joined us, so you know he's going to bring the facts. Wickets only count at all forms if bad weather stops play. So there you go. That's the only time it matters. Gary wishes he had more than 2.
Why did you even get as far as had?
Well, once in a while I can read stuff because it, Alonzo needs a QR code. Oh, I thought it was a QPC code. I don't know why I got QPC
from. QR code. Speaking of which.
Yeah, you know what? And Colonel Ward misses Holly in the chat. See, Spencer, and Sam has brought.
Anyway, can we get on to my new drink of the week, please?
Well. Let's go through the chat then, so I can catch up. Susco enjoys. All right. Okay. Wow. All right.
Jesus.
You guys are
I'm
nasty.
guessing that Sesko is on Arsenal's shopping list because of the hype and excitement coming out of this particular side of the community. Basically,
Cisco.
Oh, Cisco.
Yeah.
Oh, Cisco. Oh.
So,
you'd probably be better off signing Cisco.
Yeah. Everybody remember to check out Moss. They'll be doing the watch along tonight. Oilers versus Panthers. Yeah. All right. So what does this say? All right, guys. He met up with a
developer
yesterday. He ended up in a house party, leaving at 9 a.m. this morning. So what does that mean?
That means that Brownie left someone's house at basically 6 hours and 23 minutes ago. So that probably tells me he's barely slept.
And hungover.
And he got blind drunk, I'm guessing. Because Brownie. I mean, it's Brownie, right? I don't know whether he drinks or not. I'm just guessing.
Nah, Brownie can't drink. That guy's... Nah, think about it. Nah. Tiny Tim completed more laps in his local pool than... I don't even know. How do you say that, Lonzo?
Martin. So actually, Martin Truex Jr. has completed the most laps in NASCAR.
That is an interesting fact. And how many wins does he have for that?
None.
Oh, damn.
Because usually it's his pit crew that messes all up, and his crew chief sucks.
Why don't they they usually fire people?
They do, but I don't know. To me, Martin's a very loyal guy, so he doesn't want to have to disturb the team, I guess, or have the media is weird, dude. They'll say he's a drama queen and all that stuff. And the funny thing about it is when you hear the radio and all that, you hear him argue all the time, and that makes for good TV, I guess. And so basically, there's some of his pit crew has went to Ty Gibbs or Denny Hamlin to make them better, and Martin Truex Jr. has gotten the short end of the stick. So it's one of those situations.
I bet you don't know what they initially named Sparky Plug. What his initial first name was. Sorry, no. It's just conversation between me and Russ. Sorry.
All right. I don't understand how Guyana is part of CONCACAF. Yeah, that makes no sense, right? I mean, I know they might. There is a influence there. I'll be in Guyana. I'll be in Guyana this summer. So there you go.
Do you know that Greenland are apparently going to join FIFA?
Huh? There's enough people there.
I don't even know if they have football pitches, but apparently so.
Imagine that's like a serious home field advantage, right? There's certain parts of
yeah,
the season.
I imagine it'd be a serious home field advantage most time of the year round. I guess.
There you go.
Cold weather football, allegedly.
Yeah. All right. So, that developer does. It's quite. Oh, is that actually a person?
Yeah.
I thought like
Brownie did a community post showing him with the guy, and he does what he linked to it, like loads of watch-alongs. He did Southampton versus Leeds.
Okay, I thought he was trying to say developer because he said he had been partying all night, so maybe I thought he made a little slip of the somehow instead of saying developer, he said developer. So there you go.
No, that was correct.
Sunday, check out Game 2 of the NBA Finals. Celtics are up. The Celtics went crazy in the first game.
3-point crazy.
We'll see what happens. I mean, who's got the better player? Some will say Dallas does. Some will say Celtics do.
My understanding of it is Dallas has the best player out of everyone in both teams, but then Boston have the next best 7 players.
Maybe the next. No, about 7, but they definitely have the next best 4 at least, probably. And nobody has. They don't have an answer. They don't have an answer for Kristaps Porzingis, so nobody has an answer for that. You can't answer for 7. Was it 7'6" or whatever it is?
7'2".
7'2". Is that how tall he is?
Oh, 7'1", something like that.
Nobody has an answer for 7+. He's a tall fella. Yes,
Porzingis. He's my mate on NBA 2K24.
There you
go. Me and him are like this. Like we're two peas in a pod. Me and Porzingis.
Do you guys know if Rick Carlisle is still the coach there?
No, it's oh man, what's his name? He used to play for Dallas. He was a point guard for Dallas. What was his name?
Oh, Jason Kidd. Sorry, yeah, you're right. Jason Kidd. Yeah.
I can't think of his name.
So Rick Carlisle must be coach for the Pacers then.
Yeah, because I think
the same Jason Kidd who's got the most turnovers in the history of the NBA one game.
Oh, maybe in one game, but he was a pretty good point guard.
I know these stats. I only know these stats through trying to break them all.
Yeah, you try to break a turnover.
No, I'm not that bad.
It's easy to do that. You just dribble out every time you touch the ball, and then there you go.
Gary, do you remember whenever Jason Kidd played for Cal, and
that was cool. I like that team. Yeah.
Didn't they beat Duke?
They did. They had a good run, I think. Yeah. Manute Bol. It was a Manute Bol that was 7. Is Manute Bol 7'6"? Is that what it was?
7'6". Yeah.
No, it was Bradley. It was Bradley.
Sean Bradley.
Taller? He was taller, right?
No, by an inch, maybe the same height, but they both played for the Sixers. They both sucked. But
I think he had the most steals, didn't he, for a rookie? It's something like that. Because I know I beat one of his records.
He was good at that. Yeah, Douglas Luiz and Arsenal in for. Sounds like, Oh,
no.
That's the thing. Every time Arsenal's in, there's somebody else in. The big maple, Zach Eddy. There you go.
Tom. So I think the most steals by the center was Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah. You know what, Russ? I care little about that team.
Yeah, but when my TV comes back,
they get that team. That's how much I like that team that you just brought up there.
Awesome.
You know who's gonna have the most steals though when I get my TV back? It's gonna be me.
When you get your TV back, what happened? Where'd it
go?
My
TV broke while I was playing NBA 2K. I'll tell you exactly what happened. I was playing. I'd got a triple double. I was killing the Pacers. I was killing them, and then the TV started to break, and then it broke. I saw the whole thing. It happened in front of my eyes.
Is it like the screen kind of started to make change different colors and stuff like that, and then next thing you know,
it basically it had this darkening. It was like a horror movie, really. Like you know, when like in like Harry Potter or something, when like the Voldemort's about to enter the fray, so like the sky starts getting dark and stuff. That started happening on my TV. I was like, oh, that's probably not good. And then it done this thing where it kept coming up QLED in bold white light. Was taunting me. It was like, I can still get enough power to tell you that this has got QLED bulb lights in the screen or whatever, but not enough for you to actually access the menu to do a factory reset, you prick.
Yeah.
You know what? In my head, the TV calls me a prick. Yeah.
I think some of these screens are liquid, right? So my screen kind of broke and it started like there was like like one strip, and then a second strip, and a third strip, and next thing I know, it just kept going and going and going till like half the screen was gone, and next thing you know, everything was gone. So yeah, no, I know the feeling. Mr. Tom's TV got possessed by Peter.
What was that movie called? Videodrome, right? Videodrome with a TV. It was haywire with what's the guy's name? Woods. The actor was Woods, right?
James Woods.
James Woods. Videodrome. Yeah, man. That movie's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Be right back, guys.
All right.
Did you know that Ron Simmons was an All-American at Florida State?
I don't understand why he brought that up. He's trying to piss me off.
Writes it. He writes it how he says it they did this advert where like it was in 1998 where they're basically like, we're real athletes. Like if you think what we're doing is fake, like that kind of shit. But part of the advert was him standing going, I was an All-American at Florida State. I don't know why I just did Ron Simmons' voice like that, but anyway, it's apparently very good.
I hear you. Freddie got fingered. Yeah, you guys brought that up
Daddy,
before.
you want some sausage? Daddy, you want some sausages?
That sounds like a movie you would like.
It's the sort of movie. It was so weird in 2001, but if it was brought out today, it would be the sort of humor in it would be normal. But in 2001, people were watching it like, the fuck is this shit? Pardon my language. It was really weird.
Yeah.
It's funny because this morning I was in
Tony would love it. There was an info with a wheelchair.
My barber was like, "Yeah, man, guess what movie I saw today?" He goes, I said, "What was that?" He goes, "Freddie got fingered." No kidding. This is funny because he woke up like 4:00 in the morning and put on Freddie got fingered. I'm like, wow, that's so funny. You guys mentioned that.
On TV here quite a bit, and in my Insomniac days, I'd watch it on occasion, and it had Rip Torn in it as well.
Yeah. I knew it because like
most known for obviously Men in Black, Dodgeball, and getting so drunk that he got in his neighbour's bed thinking it was his own house.
Wow.
You know what? I just saw a report. Manchester United is they're still waiting to decide whether or not they're gonna keep Ten Hag, and that's probably because of the way England played. They probably looked at that and went, "Wow, wow, maybe we should rethink this whole Southgate to Manchester United thing." If he can take Foden, Kane, Palmer, and destroy any kind of attack from them, guess what he can do?
We're doing a serious football discussion. Okay. I personally think they're just waiting to see if Southgate gets sacked or not, aren't they?
Get sacked? Is he not? He's not. Oh, you think he'll get sacked?
No, I think he won't get renewed.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
But the more I've always thought it was absurd that Southgate would get that job. It just seems to not make sense. But at the same time, the more they've not sacked Ten Hag, I'm like, why wouldn't you have at this point? Unless you're the guy you want to do the job is currently in a job.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I was just saying Tom Green. I think I went to a comedy show and he was there. I think that yeah, isn't it? Yeah, it was Tom Green, right?
Yeah.
I think I sent a picture of it in Instagram or something like that. I think it was Tom Green because he brought his dog with him. He lives on a farm
Yeah.
in the middle of like nowhere. He said he loves it. Says he loves it.
There was
Uh,
like a 2 week period where he was like the most famous man on the planet, or the most famous comedian, like he was getting films and all this. I mean, that ended very quickly,
mm,
mainly because, in my opinion, Freddy Got Fingered was genius and was so ahead of its time. Like I said, if it came out next week, it would just be like, oh, this is a bog standard comedy movie. But he made it 20 years ago. It was just so much in it doesn't make sense. But it's the sort of movie where now people would argue, like BX Gunner's going to sit there, watch it, and be basically like, oh
just
man,
yeah,
yeah, this is
yeah.
so
He was
rad.
married. He married Drew Barrymore
Yeah,
for a year or two,
yeah.
and it didn't work out. So I have to admit that
Did you
I've
know he was
watched.
married to Drew Barrymore? No, not enough people have said it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's a waste of time until Southgate is gone. These players are being wasted. You know what? That's the problem. Everybody's like, you have the best players in the world in England on the England side right now, and you don't get to see it. And this isn't like now. This has been an issue for years, right? I mean, there's Euros, there's World Cups. You know, that's at least the last 2 years, right? It's just that's probably the last 3 years, right? So I don't know. I kind of feel
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Sorry, Russ made me laugh. He did,
Mm, mm.
and he did.
That's the thing about being comedians. You can laugh about that stuff. Next thing you know, it can happen to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're still friends though, for those who needed to know. Yeah.
I was wondering if she ever spoke to him again.
Mm, yeah. Sometimes it's just a matter of it's time to which isn't working.
Yeah, I'm sorry, BX, but you did enter my mind as the sort of person that would have loved Freddy Got Fingered 20 years ago for that reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being all, oh man. Like I bet he loves Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah. Yeah. I know there's all those movies. I didn't watch any of them. Yeah, but I know of the name.
I did watch a film yesterday.
You watch.
Yeah.
Everybody, what's
I can
going on?
sing the theme. I can sing the theme of the song. Okay, hang
All
on.
right, all right.
Bad boys. What you gonna do?
I thought Will Smith was canceled. Is that not true? Is it just like he's all right?
Well, in my opinion, Gary,
Yes, sir.
he made a very shrewd decision because if you're unsure whether people are going to think you're a bit of a prick or not for slapping the host of the Oscars on supposedly the best night of your life, the biggest night of your life, professionally, obviously, I'm pretty sure it doesn't compare to like the birth of his children or that, but professionally, the biggest night of his life where he actually won the Oscar after like 25 years of trying to get one. What movie do you make? What do you can't be a genie. You can't be a genie. You can't do Independence Day again because
Yeah,
people are gonna sit there and go, "Oh, how am I
he
supposed?"
died in Independence Day.
What?
He's dead.
I've never seen it. I don't know.
He played in the first one, and then I think in the second one, somebody else
Cool.
played. His son played in it because he had passed away. Yeah.
Cool, fine. The only thing I've ever seen of Independence Day are mainly the things that get parodied of it, or the clip
Yeah.
of him basically punching the alien and going, "Welcome to America."
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, he can't do that now.
Well,
Because America's just going to look at him as like, oh, you're the guy that slapped Chris Rock.
true.
But
You can
he
do. Yeah.
can be Mike Lowry.
Very true. Very true. Yeah,
And
like I
he
said, I
was
don't
Mike
know.
Lowry.
I don't. Yeah, I know he's supposed to be. I thought he was canceled and stuff, but
Oh, this is
obviously
his
not as
first
much.
film since that.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's not as visible on like the social networks as he was in the past. So yeah, Southgate. Everybody in the world is like Southgate. You're doing a good job. it's like Ten Hag. Stay right where you are. All right, stay right where you are, Ten Hag, because we know what we're gonna get. Um, yeah, I think it's disappointing for it's disappointing for English players, and it's disappointing for English players who had a choice between England and other teams, other countries, and chose England and then got punished for it. Right? I don't know if Nketiah is one of those players, but I mean, he had a chance to. He can. I don't know if he can still go, but in Nigeria, I think he can go too. And other players have also they go to England, play one game, and then they never get used again. And it's like, that's not cool. Not cool at all. So yeah, see a lot of players just decide to go and play for their other national team. Yeah, 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 yeah. Tom Green's show was really funny. I can't remember all the jokes because I'm not good at remembering things. But yeah, a funny dude.
It is an acquired taste. But
Yeah,
no, Bad Boys 4 was fine.
yeah,
I've seen worse fourth movies of
yeah.
things, but it did feel a bit um well, spoiler without a spoiler, they kind of switched the character types for the movie
Well, that's the only
due
way they
to
could do it because at some point you're like, Martin Lawrence's character was retiring, right? He's done being a cop, right?
well,
And he
yeah,
spent the whole show going, I don't want to be a cop
yeah.
anymore. I don't want to be with you anymore. I just want to go live my life. And then he gets brought back in.
Well,
Then he's like, screw it. Then he's
the
like,
third
screw it. I'm
movie
gonna here to
is
stay.
it's one big we're too old for this shit kind of movie, right?
Hmm.
So you've already done that. So if you're
Yep.
gonna do another movie 4 years later, which
Yeah.
feels like 54 years later
Yeah.
because of the pandemic, because
Yeah.
it came out just before the pandemic, so it
Yeah.
feels anyway. Um, so they had to do this thing where like Martin Lawrence's character he basically has a heart attack at a wedding,
Yeah.
and he had visions in that are relevant to the plot because of course they are.
Yeah.
And he becomes all fearless and feels like he can't die. So then the movie's basically Will Smith trying to rein him in when it's usually the opposite. And you need Will Smith to rein him in because
Yep.
Will Smith needs to be all like
Yeah.
redemption archy and have panic attacks and guilt. And basically it's like, are you Mike Lowry or are you Will Smith in these seats? Like, is it your personal redemption arc that we're watching?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean it's like Lethal Weapon 3, I think, because Lethal Weapon 3 they finally were too old, but they had just a little bit left in them to beat up the little the little Chinese man, so they were able to get by. But yeah, you know what? I hear what you're saying, Russ. Players like Nketiah need to should up their levels. But guess what? I kind of felt like to some degree they've been they've been punished by who's been managing them, and that includes
I've
Arteta.
I've got something I need to reveal.
Oh no.
I've never seen Lethal Weapon.
Oh yeah. And I think I went to see it. I went to see Lethal Weapon 3 when one of my kids was to be born. So yeah, yeah,
Never seen it.
yeah,
But it's one of those movies that I've never felt like I had to see. Although I've heard it's very good,
yeah.
but I feel like again because it's parodied all the time in The Simpsons with like, oh, he only had 1 day left till retirement. It's like I feel like I have seen it even though I've not.
Mm.
Because it's all like, oh, look at my kids. Oh, I want to retire and spend the rest of my life with my family, and then the villain just happens to be the waiter, and he's like, and sorry, I'm
Yeah.
pew pew. Anyway,
Two, 2.4 overs, and Netherlands are up 12. They're up 12. They have 12. They're 12 for one right now. So not
that's
starting
not
out
great.
too hot. Yeah, Alonso, you wanted to say something?
Yeah. So Gary,
Yes,
Tom,
sir.
so the end of Independence Day, they come back and they make it out of the mothership, because Will Smith and Vivica A. Fox they get married, I think at the end, and Jeff Goldblum and his ex-wife they get back together, I guess. So that I don't think they died, Gary.
No. In the previous Independence Day, his son is the one that's flying, and he had passed away. And Vivica Fox, if you don't remember, she dies early in that movie. So.
Oh, right. Okay, the storyline. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah. Yep. No. Yeah.
I bet he wished he married Vivica Fox for real.
Oh,
Fucking hell. Imagine being married to Jada Pinkett Smith. Fucking hell.
That's it. He's still there,
True.
right? I don't think that's changed now. So for those who didn't know, Swiatek, is that how you say her name? From Poland, wins the French Open. She's basically on a tear. I don't think she's losing. I don't think she's lost in a major in the last 3 years? Last 3 majors. So I don't know if that means she's going for the I don't know if she's. I guess she's only won 2 this year. So
I've
there you
really
go.
dropped off in my tennis knowledge.
Yeah, I think she's won 2. She's won the last 3, I believe, but she's going for 4 in a row. So we'll see. We shall see.
So back in the day, sorry, Gary.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, I used to watch the French Open because Mary Pierce. That was my favorite.
That's a strange one to admit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's just
Igor Swiatek. Is it Swiatek?
Swiatek, yeah.
Well, she's a solid citizen. I've never seen her before in my life. Solid citizen. Looks far more solid holding trophies dressed like an actual human rather than in her actual tennis gear. So
I don't even know what that means.
Well, saying that, but then there are times where she dresses like that. So,
the
captain of a ship. So I don't know.
That's a look. Yes, that's a. You know what? Some people can wear that top. Mr. Tom. Some people can wear whatever you got on. So, what is that you have on today, sir?
Sorry, sir.
Who are you wearing today, sir?
Oh, I'm wearing the Bielsa.
Oh, there you go. See,
Which
only certain people can wear Bielsa. The Bielsa look. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. They copied Lethal Weapon to some degree. They did, but
a lot of things copied Lethal Weapon.
You know what? They didn't really copy them because Lethal Weapon. He was forced. They were forced to be partners. And Bad Boys, they were buddies from day one. It seemed, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just started to grow and go different directions.
I've never seen Bad Boys 1.
You didn't see Bad Boys 1?
I know it sounds like I've not seen a lot of movies. I have seen a lot of movies, but I've seen Bad Boys 2 about 700 times.
Yeah.
So it qualifies me, I feel.
No, but you need to see one. You got to complete the set, man. You can't be seeing.
I know you're right.
You got to see where it all began, man.
No, but 2 and 3 are a real. Like, if you've seen 2 and 3 and like even 1, like you can get the gist of what 1 is actually like.
No, but you can't because it's not the same. Because as you said, the dynamics of the characters was different in the first one than in the second one for sure.
Reggie's really cool. That's all I'm gonna say. Like,
yeah,
Reggie's back.
Reggie's cool in the second one. And
I'm not gonna say the word that they said, but when he's like, "I'm here to date your daughter,"
it's like you look like you're 35.
They're like, "It's about 30." And put it this way, there was another word before he said 30, but I'm not gonna say it, obviously. But
very true.
Like, looks about no. Sorry, I'll paraphrase. Motherfucker looks about 30.
They both come out and say the same thing. It's like funny. Reggie, these guys, they're just kidding. And then I forgot what he says after that, but he basically.
Right, I'm not gonna do full plot spoilers, but what I will say is, it's well established in number 4 by the end. None of them will fight Reggie.
Nah. Reggie grew up. He's a Marine or whatever, right? So
yeah. Reggie's the biggest badass in the film. Reggie's outstanding. Oh no.
Yeah. Everybody's seen Loaded Weapon because that's almost like saying, "Have you seen Airplane?" All right. Has anybody not seen Airplane? All right. See, don't put your hand up. How you dare? Keep your hand down. Down.
Russ, the captain's in the 4th movie.
Yeah. There you go. The captain's in the fourth one. The one that died in the third.
In the fourth, yeah,
but he died though.
In the fourth movie.
How does he come back?
Well, as I may have established in my earlier monologue, Martin Lawrence's character died, and then the captain comes to him in a vision. He's like, "It's not your time, son."
Oh man! All right. Yep.
But then the plot revolves around the captain still.
Ah, yeah. I like the
and
captain.
videos and
Ughhhh.
it's fine. It's fine. It's better than Superman 4.
Yeah, I don't remember Superman 4. Nobody does.
Oh no, everyone remembers Superman 4 because it's terrible.
Which one is that?
Oh, it's like Gene Hackman's in it because he contractually.
No. But what is the?
Oh,
is that the one?
It's the one where Superman. It's in. I think it's from 1988. Superman. It's not Richard Pryor. It's the one after Richard Pryor.
Okay, Richard Pryor one was
basically
funny.
Gets rid of nuclear weapons.
Yeah, no, I didn't know. I don't remember that one. I don't remember that one.
So I saw that. So I was like, I think 87, right, Tom, or 88, something like that.
Yep, something like that.
I saw it with my grandpa because he loves superhero movies, and I remember that one because the guy, it was a really good bad guy in that movie, and like Tom was saying, is like the nuclear power enemy that Superman was fighting at the time. I liked it a lot.
Man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Man, that was powered by nuclear energy.
That's crazy. Yeah. Anybody remember when Michael Chang won the French Open at 17?
I'm guessing that Michael Chang is Canadian because Moss only ever brings up anything to do with Canada.
I don't think he was. It was American. Yeah.
He's from California. He's from California.
Moss is just a sports fan, but yes, he does usually err to the Canadian side. But that one's American. He's American. The pub time, I think. So does that mean Colonel War is leaving us?
Hopefully.
Is that kind of how that? We didn't have to, like, you know what? There's a filter. Use the click filter, please. Filter on. There you go. All right. Pub time, I think Colonel Ward's probably leaving us.
He's already gone anyway, if that's the case, Gary. So he never heard it.
He goes
that
back
6 minutes ago. If he really is going to the
pub,
he's already gone.
Was it 6 minutes ago? Oh man, these guys are moving along here. Look at that. Moss is not looking at the game anymore.
Yeah, Mark Carrier was a good. Mark Carrier was a good tennis player.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah,
guys,
I didn't like
the thirsty.
Yeah, I didn't like the way they killed the captain after he's like cheering for his granddaughter, right?
No, it's his son. It turns out that his son was the killer.
No. The captain died after cheering for his daughter or grandchild at the basketball game, all right?
Yeah, probably.
Yes, and then turns out he was killed by Mike Lowry's son. So, yeah.
Because he couldn't keep in his pants and it got the captain killed 20 odd years later.
Yeah. Yeah, he was doing a job, right? He was doing his job and didn't do the right thing. All right?
Oh, yeah, he was undercover. Stuff happens undercover.
Yeah, yes. Chang American, then Courier dominated for a while, then Sampras. I see. I am a what's his name? I can't remember his name. I'm an Agassi fan. I'm an Agassi fan. It was like either Agassi or anybody like Sampras, and I was like Agassi. I like Agassi.
See, the phrase I would have used, I wouldn't have said he dominated. I'd have said Courier delivered.
Oh, you are a man of words. Many words, like 2. Match over. Slovenia 1-1. There you go. Sesko off to Germany. What do you mean off to Germany? You mean like he's going there to play? There we go. Original Nuclear Man was played by Clive Mantle out of Casualty. The scenes were cut and replaced with the actor in the movie. There you go.
Actually, Mexico versus Brazil is played where the Aggies A&M play. Gary and College Station. So
you said something about
the Mexico Brazil game is going to be played in where Texas A&M play.
Oh, okay, all right.
Which is weird because I think this is the first time hosting a big match like that in College Station.
You're in Texas though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was making sure I heard that
So
right. Yeah, yeah.
that's about, I think, an hour and a half northwest of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, I've been sat here for 56 minutes wanting to try this
Oh,
drink.
that's right. Sorry, it is your time.
56 minutes.
Sorry.
I've never
Sorry.
drank this before.
All right, everybody. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a
All right.
second. Wait a second. Wait a second, everyone.
It's Prime, baby.
Oh, you're supporting Arsenal. Good for you. Isn't it Arsenal that gets
Sorry, what?
paid every time you drink that?
Oh, right. Sorry. Let me just drink this cold delicious Red Bull instead.
No Pepsi, Tom?
You gotta drink the Prime, man. Come on, let's
I've got
go.
Pepsi too. I've got
Yeah,
Pepsi
look at
as
this
well.
man stocked, man.
Nice.
Go on, show us what the Prime's all about.
Right. I've never drunk this before. I waited until it was severely discounted. I paid £1.
Severely discounted. Are you sure that's not a legit bottle? Like it's not like about to go bad?
This is lemon lime citron vert flavor.
Sounds tasty.
It tastes like the lemon lime, you know, the slush puppies. But you know when it melts? Tastes like melted slush puppy. Fairly delicious. You can taste the electrolytes.
Okay.
Gary.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember why I said I support England rugby team?
No, I don't remember that.
Right. So I want to give you a refresher, as I say.
All right, everybody. Everybody ready?
So I think that Ben Spencer plays for Bath in England as a rugby team, and I just saw his name on his shirt, so that's pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're all gonna die of something, Russ.
Very, very cool. I'm trying to see. All right, so here we go. French Open. French Open. Okay. All right, so she didn't win the. She didn't win.
Djokovic in the final again.
No, he's out injured, so he might make it back in time for Wimbledon, I think. So he's out with a knee injury, so no, didn't make it. Oh, I didn't realize that. Down the road from you, huh?
Yep.
All right. So this is your insides will not thank you later in life with all those carbonated drinks, Tom.
Hence why I said we're all gonna die of something.
There you go. He's gonna die of Pepsi bubbles.
Yeah.
I was.
There you go. Alonso's distant cousin plays for the England team. There you go.
You've not been buying enough Pepsi, Alonso, because Pepsi is now the number 3 drink in America.
Oh.
You guys see that? Kind of.
Oh, that's your relative there, your friend.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I could see some nudes on your phone.
Friend, cousin, whatever.
There you go. Quick update on the score. Netherlands 20 for 3 after 6 overs. Not doing so good.
I'm gonna have Indian tonight, by the way.
Oh, what kind of Indian do you usually have?
I can tell you exactly what I'm gonna have. I either get the pilau rice or the mushroom rice.
Okay.
Which is self-explanatory. It's just rice with bits of mushroom in it. Then I get a chicken korma, and I get a Peshwari naan bread, where it's naan bread, but they stuff it with a bit of coconut. It's delicious. Break it off, dip in. Now, what I also like to do is then I get a bit of chicken and the rice, and I sort of like put it inside the bread, and have like a sandwich, a chicken and rice sandwich, kind of, or however you
Oh,
want to put it.
nice.
It's
Yeah.
delicious. It is very genuinely good. My taste in a lot of things is questionable, but I know how to eat.
Sounds like it. Yeah. No, I am. We've gotten Indian before, and they've got like you said, you can get like the naan bread, but we get the naan bread that has like the spicy potatoes and stuff inside of it.
Yep.
Really, really, really good. Really, really, really good. I don't know.
Actually, biryani's nice, yeah.
Pepsi Cherry Zero, is that supposed to be good? Have you tried that? Do you like 0 calories or
I'm not
zero?
a fan of cherry in general, so I try
I
and
do.
avoid like cherry Pepsi and that, but I can get why it's popular.
So it's like the raw cherry Pepsi is my favorite.
Yeah, or you can just buy some grenadine, and then you pour a little bit of that in your drink, and you get a little bit of a cherry flavor anytime you
Shit.
want.
My favourite candy bar seems to have been discontinued though, which upsets me.
Oh no!
What
What
you
flavor is
get?
what flavor of candy chocolate is that?
I was just about to look it up online to see if they still do it online. It's Kit Kat Chunky, but a cookie dough variation of it, which there's a line of like cookie dough inside. It's very delicious, but
Oh,
I'm absolutely not paying these online prices for it. That's
I
mad.
get that. I get that. Dr. Pepper strawberry cream. It's new and it's nice, says Moss. Hmm. Yeah.
Dr. Pepper has overtook Pepsi in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
wild. Like, how is that a thing?
I think because a lot of Texans loaded Dr. Pepper because it's in Dallas, and they ever since their birth they drink Dr. Pepper. So it's an addiction to them, not addiction, but a kind of like a love for Dr. Pepper more so than any other state per capita. So I think they buy more of it in Texas than any other state. And Texas is a big state, so I think majority of that goes buyers, Tom, are from
Yeah.
Texas
Yeah.
and Oklahoma.
So after all that, basically, I'm gonna decipher everything you just said in one sentence. It's your fault. It's
Not
your
really,
fault.
because I
Where,
drink
where,
water.
where do you live? Where do you live?
I live in my
What state? What state?
Texas.
Yeah, there you go. You said it
No,
really
it's your
quietly.
fault.
You said it really quietly for a reason. You pulled
Yeah,
away from the
because
mic. You pulled away. You pulled away. You
Yeah,
pulled away from the mic.
Texas. Yeah, it's Texas.
but yeah, I'm the only one that probably buys all the cherry Pepsi, Gary. So yeah,
You're a rebel.
but to be fair,
He's walking down the street. Get him, fellas! There he is. That's the one. He's bringing down our stats. And
but
you've got a gang of people running after Lonzo. He's dropping bottles of Pepsi all over, and they're like scattering because they don't want to touch it.
but to be fair, like Moss mentioned, the other favorite coconut is very good. So it comes and goes, Gary. Like really, like if I were to pick, to be honest, it'd be between Pepsi and Dr Pepper. So
I'm not supposed to have much soda. I do. I like root beer. I like cream soda. I do like the orange like sherbet, not the orange vanilla soda ones.
mhm.
Let's just say Ben Spencer looks like he ate Air Paris.
It's a mild wrestling reference.
Oh,
I don't know who Ben Spencer is, but
He's playing right now. He plays for a Bath rugby team. Rugby club.
that all adds up. Oh, okay, cool.
yeah.
Basically, it's when someone it's mild code for when someone's on the gas. Like basically, there's a wrestler called AJ Styles who he used to tag team with a guy called Air Paris, but AJ Styles got injured, and then he came back from injury, and he was clearly on steroids because he looked twice the size of when he was. Hence why it looks like he ate Air Paris.
There you go. So he's got a little, yeah. Cool.
That reminds me, actually. Sorry.
That reminds you.
Uncle Howdy gave me an idea.
Oh.
QR codes. QR codes everywhere.
Check it out.
So, this is I don't know. This is a controversy. I guess it's a controversy. So England loses, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just laughable. To be
So
honest.
England loses, but like now, there's the chatter now. Why are all the pictures of Saka, who only was subbed in after 64 minutes? What did he have to do with the loss? Because in one breath they'll tell you he's not world class, like a Foden. But when they lose, they want to show him. So which one is it?
Well, I can kind of answer this because when I saw Cole Palmer ram the goalkeeper, the actual thought in my head when watching the replay of it was if he was in the Premier League match, he'd have buried it and it'd been a goal. But for some reason, for England, he didn't. And my only real thought of this is that they go at half. They're not going at full pelt because it's England and not their actual job.
But they want to be in that. They want to put that shirt on.
Supposedly,
these players want to put that shirt on. They
yes,
I hear everything you're saying, but they want to put this shirt on. Nobody they can decide not to put that shirt on. We've seen it, right? But they want to put this. This isn't well, we invited you, so you have to go. You don't have to go, right? So I kind of felt like, you know what?
it adds to their prestige though, which then
so they go there to make more money,
pocket.
but they don't want to actually work for it afterwards, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much my feelings on it.
Kane missing sitters. Imagine that. Like, is he? I know he scored lots of goals in Germany. Has he hit the Is it going to be all downhill from here? You know, you know what should be fearful for England fans is what we saw with the U.S. women's team. At some point, guess what? You're going to have to you're going to have to rejuvenate the team, and you usually go young and do that, right?
To be fair,
yeah.
Since England lost to Iceland in the Euros, England have pumped Iceland 4-0 and beaten 1-0. So it's not really fair to say they keep beating England because they've beat us twice out of 6.
Yeah. Well,
it should be none out of 6. Admittedly, it's embarrassing and it shouldn't happen. So, but I just thought I'd clear up the. I don't even know why I looked that up, really. Because they don't deserve me defending them.
Yeah. I hear you. No, I think the media goes with what's going to create the most stir and create the most clicks. And if they show Harry Kane on a losing English effort, guess what? People will be like, yeah, that's what he does. But Foden, I think they feel sorry for him. But they put Saka up because they know that gets the most clicks because guess what? There's a lot of fans chatting about it. And, I guess your audience, right? They know if they do certain things, it won't get much traction. So
that's exactly it.
So as a fan, if you know they're going to do it, you shouldn't even respond to it. But it's hard not to respond to it because you're like, dude, you're setting players up to bring them down, or So it sucks, but that's the business that they're in. The business is to get you to respond.
Hey Gary and Tom, I'm gonna be back shortly. I got to run an errand, and I'll be back as soon as I can.
All right, cool. Like I said, we usually go.
Right.
We usually go for
Alonso,
90
let
minutes,
us know
but we'll
when you're going to come back because I'll make sure we're gone by then. So that's all right.
Hey Tom.
It's now. I wasn't going to say it so bluntly. No, just kidding. No, we'll go. We usually go as long as we want to go. So, yeah, there's no set time on this show. We go about 90 minutes at the least.
He's been on this show 100 times. Why are we explaining the rules to him?
Yeah.
He's literally been here on this show. He's asked to come on this show about 700 times. What are we doing telling him how we do things? He should know.
Yeah. I hear you.
What is this nonsense?
Yeah. Less than an hour until Sweden, Serbia, and Swiss and Austria. Yeah. No, like I said, I think for me, also Saka. this season should have done better, but also felt like Erdogan last season should have done better. And people are going to say, but he had one of the best midfield scoring attacks of all time. And I'm like, yes, that's to tell you how I feel, where I feel he stands. He should be better. He can do better. Let's just say that he can do better. So there's a there's no, the ceiling is, he hasn't hit the ceiling yet. So
Just saying. When Bamford played for England, he was number 9.
Huh.
In the Bielsa days. That is the true testament of that man. Marcelo Bielsa got Patrick Bamford in form to be picked for England. Doesn't matter that it was against Andorra. It's irrelevant. It's truly irrelevant.
That is
Fact
interesting.
of the matter is, he's not played. He got injured and then never got back into the team. Obviously, I mean, it's Patrick Bamford, but still, who's wearing 9 and who's wearing 20?
Interesting. Yeah, Oof.
Who beat Mexico 4-0 the other day? Marcelo Bielsa did. How old are Uruguay? Yeah. I've always hated the national team of Uruguay because I always thought they were scummy fuckers. But now I kind of want them to win everything.
Interesting. Yeah.
Oh, they drew with Costa Rica last week, 0-0, and then 4-0 against. Oh, they don't play again until the Copa America. That's going to be interesting. If I have my way, though, they and Canada will both advance to the semi-final.
What are you saying?
I want them and Canada to advance to the semi-final.
No, there you go. Interesting.
And it's obvious why. Like, I'm not going to act like, because I like the romance of underdogs doing well. No, nothing like that. I want to see Jesse Marsh's brand of football absolutely put to the sword.
You are you're just like the media. You just want to set Jesse Marsh up so you can bring him crashing down. You're here for that. That's what you're paying for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not because he's American.
No, whoa. You don't like him. That doesn't matter. You don't like people. You don't like a lot of people, and a lot of those people you don't like are not American.
Exactly. But the natural conclusion is, you don't like him because he's an American footballer. He's like, no, I don't like him because he helped turn my team to absolute shit.
Well, I find it interesting when people bring up, American owners this, American owners that, and I'm like, look at some of the worst owners in English football. They weren't American.
I want nothing against my club owners.
No, but I mean, like in the last 10, 20 years, but like football has gone on longer than that, and of many a poor owner, and they were from around the way, right around down the street, right?
Yep.
So I think it's a matter of, there's good and bad all over. Good and bad all over.
I think a lot of it is the perception of where the money comes from, like how the owner made the money. Like a lot of people there's a very real fear about Red Bull, for example. But I'm perfectly, I'm not feeling guilty over the fact that my club is provisionally owned by an entity that makes sugary drinks. I'm not going to lose sleep over that. Whereas it'd be a different question if you're owned by Saudi Arabia.
True.
People, as we've established, people buy drinks that they shouldn't drink at all.
True. Yeah, it's crazy because you're like, like there's sponsorship in this. I don't know if you call it sponsorship. Like if you're a company and you're trying, like it's supposed to, my understanding, your sponsor. Yeah, I guess your sponsorship is usually tied to the business that you're in. But if your business is, I just happen to have grown up as a king, or sorry, a prince, right? It's a totally different thing, right? Say, you know, same business model, all right? You try to keep the money in the family kind of thing. That's what's, Cronkies are doing, right? He's keeping the money in the family, right? Who best to run my companies than my family members? So that's what he's done. But yeah, no,
Like,
it's a, you know what it is? It's, you know what, you open your doors
yeah,
because you want to bring more money into the sport, and then you want to close that door for some.
no, yeah,
You know what? You already opened the door, so either like that's why I say like the league itself has to manage who they want to be owners, and not necessarily because they want to keep certain people out. It's because they want to keep, like, everybody talks about the way things used to be and how the whole club community type atmosphere for these clubs, right? They want that, but they don't want that because you can't go out there and buy a Cesco if you are just a club that's local, right? Your local club kind of thing, Not anymore.
yeah.
Not anymore because you open the doors. So you kind of take the good with the bad. Like, the good is you get more money. The bad is you don't like where you might not like where that money comes from.
I will say this though: if you are going to buy Sesko, you need to get him this summer. Because if Leeds get promoted, there is every possibility Benjamin Sesko will be sent to Ellen Road.
Yeah, keep it in the
Because,
family.
well, yeah, under that theory, yeah. And
Yeah,
obviously, we're nowhere near the standard of that sort of player. And
yeah.
I shouldn't even really embarrass myself by even suggesting we are. But the reality is that
Yeah, but that's
you
what the
need a big player to get a project going, right?
yeah, yeah. No, but you know what? That's the way football is going, and that's we've seen it with City. I think Chelsea has their own kind of relationship and stuff like that. So Manchester United has a similar structure that they're going to probably utilize more and stuff like that. So I kind of feel like that's to me, this is no different than when the banks changed. All right, it used to be you went in a bank, you knew everybody there. Hi, Mr. Howell. Hi, Gary. Hi, Philip. Whoever it is was there would know you. You walk in. I remember going into a bank just like that every week. Pull out my money, whatever, cash a check, whatever. Then guess what? Big bank came in, and you asked them to do something that they had done for like the last year, and they kind of like, can't do that anymore. And it's like, what? Yeah, we're not that little bank anymore. We're part of a big conglomerate, and we don't do things that way. So what was, good personal service is now like, no, we don't do that anymore. And it's like,
They don't want
wow,
to pay me to do it.
yeah, they're paying me not to do stuff that I used to do before. Can you just go out to the ATM and do it? Something like that. I think it was something like that. It was like, are you kidding me?
They're almost embarrassed to have to tell you or
Yes,
ask
it
you.
was one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, just like, wow. I'm sorry. This is, yeah. They impose some new rules now, and it's like, small bank, big bank kind of thing. And then all the small banks kind of disappeared because if somebody comes in and says, I am a big bank and I want to buy you, you're a small bank, and they're like, here's some money. You're like, all right,
Well,
thanks,
yeah,
and bye.
but like to clear something up, I get told what you're saying there, but to clear something up, the reason I'm mainly acting like Red Bull are now our owners, like
Yeah,
obviously with jokes like drink and Red Bull and all that, but in all seriousness, is because they've never been a minority shareholder in anything. Like they
yeah,
just buy everything. So
yeah.
I personally feel, based on their track record, this is very much the beginning of a takeover. Like
Which
like
is weird because you would, like, a team, like anybody that's associated with the 49ers, they don't want, they're not, they, you would expect them not to be in that kind of like, oh yeah, we'll let you take, our business, because, it's not like they've won championships, in their family of sports, right?
my understanding of the 49ers operation though, like this side of their operation outside of the NFL part, is that they invest in things and then they get out when there's an opportunity to make a profit. Like
Yeah.
they invested very cheaply into Leeds United in 2018. Like
Mhm.
I think it was like I think they got a 10% stake for 10 million, which it kind of adds up, because if you're not in the Premier League, you're barely worth anything, but it's still a big club in the Championship.
Yep.
Probably fair to say assets and stadium and all that worth 100 million. Probably at the time, not unreasonable.
Yep.
Obviously they bought us even more cheaper than they would have expected, because when they actually did the full takeover, still weren't in the Premier League, had been in it and were out of it. Got basically the real loser in that situation was the chairman, the outgoing chairman, because he should have sold when we actually got promoted. He would have got far more money for his club. But so I'm assuming eventually this is basically Red Bull in place to take over in the way that they were in place to take over from the previous chairman. It's a very similar passing of ownership, is the way I see it. The only difference is we're not going. I say we're not. It feels like they'll never get away with actually calling us Red Bull Leeds. It will never. It's already part of the deal that they've made. Is like, if you're going to try that, don't even bother.
That's like, that you know what, Leeds is an entity in itself, so it's like, you know what, if they know Leeds was associated with Red Bull, that's all you needed to know. That, you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't even need to go. I don't think it wouldn't matter that it's not called RB Leeds or something like that. You don't need to, because Leeds isn't, I believe, is a big name. I didn't know much of Leeds 12 years ago.
Well,
but
no,
there's a
you
lot.
weren't in the Premier League.
No, but I mean, like, anybody who I would have if I chatted with anybody back then, they would have known who Leeds were. You know what I mean? Right? If they had followed English football for a bit, it's like Nottingham Forest, right? Nottingham Forest is what the last of the non-Big Six teams to have won a Champions League, right? Right? And you're like, Nottingham Forest, who? Like, wait, how did what? I looked that up because
they won it twice. They retained it the following year.
Yeah, I was like looking at it and I was like, Nottingham Forest, who, you're like, what, they're 20 years between wins against Arsenal, you know what I mean? Like 20 wins between wins against Arsenal. You're like, yeah, they have Champions League. And as you said, they have 2 Champions League.
Twice.
Yeah.
Every 2.
So, like, that's to tell you how big, that's how to tell you, for me, how big English football it is. It's not just 20 teams in the Premier League, because you've got a lot of teams sitting in the second and third tiers of football that are as big as a lot of the teams that play every year.
Most of the teams in the Championship are bigger than the bottom half of the Premier League. They just don't have the funding to actually get the players in required to be in the Premier League currently, do they?
Yeah.
Like, otherwise they would be. But like Brighton were in Europe last season, but in the scheme of English football, they're nothing.
Yeah.
Bournemouth too. I'm kind of, I don't know whether to mention Ipswich or not, because Stefan will.
I haven't seen him today, so.
Oh no, I'm ashamed that he hasn't popped up, because I was going to show him this shirt that I found. WWE have released a t-shirt, because they're doing, this time next week, they're doing a show in Scotland. We'll do a watch along of it, of course. But they released because it's in Glasgow, and they've released this shirt in conjunction with Glasgow Rangers. Which so basically they've released it. They've released a piece of merchandise that half of the local audience won't buy.
Yeah, that's poor management, poor marketing.
But because the main guy that they're going there to watch supposedly supports Rangers.
Yeah, it's still bad. Yeah.
Oh, I agree. It's like it should not have. Because I know what they're going for. They're basically, they just want to get half the money from all the Rangers fans.
Yeah.
But because obviously a lot of people that go there aren't necessarily going to be Scottish, personally.
Probably 2 people are going to travel in and just to go see. Yeah.
But still, we'll see. I mean, I hope to give Stefan some nightmares with this still, though.
True. I was just going through my bookmarked tweets.
Tweet.
But There's one that's really funny. It's a guy talking about not giving a donkey, not giving a crap about his boss. I'm not even listening to it, but the closed caption that comes up is like, that is interesting. Basically telling his boss where to go, and I'm going to be late. I'm late. You want to fire me? Do it. Do one, basically. Yeah, I was reading it. Was it one shot on target in 90 minutes? Southgate has no idea how to tactically set up game to game. That's the problem, right? I mean,
I actually think the opposite. I think he gets a bit too tactical, as in, but the wealth of talent you have, to some degree, you need to just let it go out there and play football.
what this is there's the quote that has been said. The best defense for Michael Jordan was Dean Smith, his college coach. It's the only person to keep him under 20 points a game. On a regular, basically. When he got into NBA, it was like 25 and 30, between 25 and 30 points a game for him. So yeah, sometimes like in that case, it was more. It wasn't as if they didn't win, but it was more the case. It's like Pep's system gets them to win. You take him out of that system, it don't work. Like
Did you
as
see
opposed to
Pep trying to coach.
Yeah.
Did you see Pep trying to coach the Boston Celtics in training or whatever they call it? This is real. It's a real thing. Pep Guardiola was in Boston for their what I don't know what they call it, like the warm up on. I don't know the right terms for it, but when they do like the open training sessions,
Yep.
or something like that. Well, basically, they had camera in there, and Pep sees a camera, he immediately turns into the world's greatest coach. Doesn't matter what the sport is, and he's just standing there talking to, I think it's Joe Mazzulla.
Yeah, it's the head coach. Yeah.
And he's talking to him, and he's doing all his hands and stuff. It's like, what are you telling him?
Yeah.
What can you possibly tell this man about basketball he doesn't already know?
That part is true, but he can't tell him about winning like 6 out of 7 trophies for your league titles, basically. So that he can tell him. That's a mentality thing, right?
That's true.
That's a mentality thing. That what that's been Celtics' issue. They've had teams to win. The only time they've been able to win in the last decade plus has been when they had 3 of the top players playing who were desperate to get a win for sure. And that's the difference. Those 3 players that played for Celtics, desperate to win. And guess what they did? Everything they could. And guess what the Celtics haven't done in the past number of years where they've failed? They haven't been desperate to win it.
I still think if Tatum had not got injured in the first play against Miami Heat last year, Celtics would have won that game 7. But he did, and Boston choked.
Yeah, but they had and that's the problem with the Heat though, because I've seen it now. Whenever they need to depend on Jimmy Butler, the man's hurt. Right? You go into the finals, he gets hurt after the first game. You're like, well, this is like LeBron wins with the Lakers because Jimmy Butler's out, and you're like, well, this is disappointing. Yeah. Lonzo's got friends. He went to go hang out with one of his buddies for a bit or something. So he'll be back if the show's still going.
Basically, one of his mates has come round, and he's basically doing the thing where he's got to go and be a good host, but at the same time, he's going to try and get away from it because he really wants to be sat with us. Even though I wouldn't want to be sat with us in that situation. But no, sorry, that was more rude than I meant it. But you know what I mean. I'd be like, Alonso, why'd you invite your friend over at this time? Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I'm saying that because he's probably listening to this. He's probably got his friend listening to this. Hello, Alonso's friend. In that case, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm a chatty guy.
Quick score update for you guys. 50 Netherlands are 51 for 6, 12.5, 12.5 overs. Not good.
Who are they against, sorry?
Huh?
Who are they against?
South Africa.
South Africa's going to win this in about 5 overs by the sounds of it.
I mean, based on this, yeah, if they can't, they've got 51 runs and only got 7.5 overs to go. Yeah. That's not a good turnaround.
I mean, I mean, it's not going to be great for the people in attendance because you're not actually going to get the full amount of cricket that you probably.
That's the crazy part about that, right? That is the funny part about it. Like you do really good, and then you punish your fans for it because it's like you might not get to see you're not going to see everybody bat for sure,
Yeah.
and you won't see all 20 overs most likely because they're going to hit that number early, right?
Have you seen the format that has even less cricket? There's a format that they run in England now during the summer called the 100, where it's literally 100 ball cricket.
Oh
There's
my.
no overs. Sorry, that's a lie. It's 10 overs of 10 runs
Okay.
of 10 balls. So obviously each team gets
Do
100.
bowlers actually? They don't usually bowl 10 though, do they?
No, obviously, but I think they wanted to go. How can we make it something even more exciting in 2020?
Because
But
after like 5 bowls, that bowler is tired, right? So you might like you go 0 for 5, and next thing you know you're like getting destroyed in the
right,
next
I'm
5
gonna look
balls.
this up. 100 cricket. The only thing I can say for absolute certain is it's 100 balls because that's why they call it 100. 100 cricket over competition rules. Right, I'll read the rules for 100 ball cricket.
Yeah.
Right, so it won't take long. There's only 4 bullet points. 100 balls per innings. Whoever scores the most runs wins. The fielding side change ends after 10 balls.
The fielding side. Oh my.
Well, yeah. To my understanding, yeah, the bowlers deliver either 5 or 10 consecutive balls. The captain decides. So I'm guessing mainly they will decide 5. But the key thing here is each bowler can deliver a maximum of 20 balls per match. So the captain's basically got to decide whether you're going to do your 20 balls in 4 goes or 2.
Pretty
And then there's
interesting.
things about there's a power play. They basically the match should last 2.5 hours.
Oh, okay.
Which is less than 2020, which in average lasts 3.5 hours.
I hear that. Oof.
I think it's key. I think it's a social media driven thing where people's attention spans ain't that long, so they want to like. Well, I'm sure you know what I mean. Like, they believe people aren't watching longer forms of cricket, and they think like people aren't even going to watch 2020. The betting on 2020 cricket is crazy. I can tell you that. So people love because there's bets within the matches, as in like how many runs will they call them player A and player B for the purpose of betting, but like one of them would be like over 16.5 runs or under and things like that. Like on DraftKings on the basketball and like works like that. It's just crazy. But
I was just listening to. I just was reading a post. You ever watch Arsenal Vision podcast?
Never.
Okay, yeah, one of the lead guys. I guess the lead guy on there. You ever see the scene from Meet Joe Black? You ever see Meet Joe Black? First off, I should say.
It's actually one of the rare movies that I actually turned off because I was so bored with it.
Well,
if you
started it from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Did you turn it off after Brad Pitt Did you turn it off before Brad Pitt got hit?
I think so. I remember it. It was 20 years ago that I watched it.
So in the beginning of the movie, Brad Pitt's character gets hit by 3 cars.
Yeah. 3 cars.
Yes. You would have remembered the scene then if you saw it, or you may have just blanked it out because it's like early in the movie. Because Meet Joe Black means that. He left and he came back, right? So, but Elliot here says he he moved into New York City when they were filming that scene, and because they were filming that scene, they blocked they blocked the streets.
Yeah.
And since they blocked the streets, he couldn't move into his apartment. So the crew actually helped him move all his stuff because they had to park whatever 2-3 blocks away,
Yeah,
and they helped him move into his apartment while they were
pretty cool.
filming this. And they said they spent like 2 to 3 hours watching them just run into Brad Pitt's doll. It's because the scene is pretty cool because
Yeah.
he like steps out and he's like, ooh, almost got hit. And when you think nothing's gonna happen, then he does get hit, and it just like ping 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 ping, you know. And then yeah, it's
Doll.
it's a scene. It's a scene.
That did tickle me.
Yeah,
So what
it's
is
a
going
scene.
on here?
You ever been to Gibraltar?
I've never been to Gibraltar, but I know that oh my god, the football went the opposite way to what I needed. I did Latvia and Lithuania to draw 0-0, not 0-0, to draw, and Slovenia to beat Bulgaria. So Lithuania beat Latvia, and Slovenia drew. So I was wrong on both counts.
True.
I lost my basketball money on
Yeah.
that.
So okay. Here we go. Here's something we can talk about. This football. Ramsdale versus James Trafford. Supposedly, Newcastle is willing to spend 20 mil on James Trafford,
I can believe they
but they're
are,
not
yeah,
willing to spend. But they only want to spend 15 on Ramsdale.
because Trafford's younger than Ramsdale.
Yeah, but in
Which
goalkeeper
means
age,
he's
in goalkeeper years, it's not that. I don't know if it's that big of a age difference.
no, but the theory will be that they'll have him for longer potentially
Yeah,
if it works out.
yeah,
Whereas Ramsdale is, I know he's not old for a goalkeeper, I know
yeah,
that, but obviously James Trafford's very young for a goalkeeper at an elite
yeah,
level.
yeah. The age
But it's
difference is
because he's English more than
the age.
anything.
They're both English. The age difference is 4 years.
So that's practically the duration of a contract.
Yeah, but that we're talking about a goalkeeper who can play into their 30s easily.
Oh, goalkeepers can play to their 40s.
Yeah.
Right.
So no, but for me, I'm like Newcastle. You want you want more established players playing for your team, not players that are still figuring out whether they're worthy or not. Right? This is why you're in the predicament that you in. You made it into the Champions League spot, and then you found out, look, it takes more than 11 players to get through a season. So you should be bringing in players that raise the ceiling and not the floor, essentially, right?
I'll be very surprised if you get what you paid for Ramsdale.
Well,
if you sorry, let me tell you that wrong. If you don't get what you paid for Ramsdale,
yeah, no, I
a
put
lot
something.
of a lot of people saying 40 million. I'm like, based on what? You've already made it clear he's not your first choice keeper.
Yeah, but you know what? It's not always just that. Sometimes it's just not a right fit anymore. So does that mean the talent of the player is, so it goes both ways. Yes, he's not really part of our squad, but he does answer all your questions, right? You're looking for a goalkeeper. What do you want? You want a shot stopper. Got it. You want a goalkeeper that has struggled and has seen his way through to succeed, right? Got it. Right? Willing to try new things. Got it. Right?
Doesn't
So
Nick Pope get injured though, Brownlee?
yeah, yeah.
Otherwise,
No,
Newcastle
I
wouldn't be in for Trafford.
with Ramsdale shot stopping I think is really good. Some of the other parts of the game that are new to goalkeepers, he's not good at that. But
Gary, in 20 years' time, when Ramsdale releases a book,
yeah.
it will have a part of that book will include the sentence, "I probably shouldn't have been so honest about my lack of concentration during games."
No. Yes, he has killed his markability with some of his comments because he's telling the truth, and people don't like the truth sometimes. They do like it, but then they don't like it. So
They don't like the
yeah,
truth when it comes to hearing that you're in for a goalkeeper that
yeah.
does concentrate versus one that admits that he doesn't.
True,
Like,
true. Yeah. No, like I said, I think he's worth more than what they're saying. And yes, even with some of his faults, like near post, he's terrible. Gets beat there easily, and he's a good shot stopper, but just that one aspect of his game, not so much. He doesn't commit to come out when he needs to. Some of those things, but a team that
Most
supports him might help him.
goalkeepers are weak
Yeah,
on their near post, though, Gary, because
yeah,
I can tell you this: every goalkeeper, when they imagine themselves saving a shot in the last minute of the FA Cup final,
yep.
that shot is not going to their near post.
Very
It's
true.
a save for the cameras where they're
Yep.
like,
But what's
they're
interesting
stretched
is
with their
like
fingertips.
Ramsdale beating on his near post. I remember English goalkeepers getting beat by the near post many times, and it wasn't Ramsdale. You know what I mean? It wasn't Ramsdale. They all got beat. Definitely Pope got Pope, and then what's his name? Who's the starting goalkeeper for England? Pickford, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. So I kind of felt like, you know what? That's for me. That's what, when I see that, I'm like, that's probably coaching. So they're just not getting coached well, because you put the near post there, because that's where they they will go there because you've got everything else protected, so you have to err on the side that they might come back to the near post, right? Yeah.
It's true.
So like I said, but I kind of felt like, yes, guess what? Jesus wasn't deemed necessary for City, but people still paid for him, right? Why? All right, they paid for him for a reason, right? So, and at some point, some of their positives need to be the reason why. It can't be only their negatives, like they don't play as much, they don't answer this question for you, because that's the reason why you're letting them go. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Like, when yeah, yeah.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I just feel it's a for me it's a marketing thing. They're gonna use, because remember when he came to Arsenal, right? It was what he had been relegated multiple times. All
He's
right.
definitely got the stigma that
Yeah.
if you're in a relegation battle with him, you're probably gonna lose it.
Yeah, but then he played his last 2 years. He was on a team who finished second. So none of that is part. Are you gonna say none of that had anything to do with it? It actually did. The first time they finished second, he was the starting goalkeeper. The first time Arsenal made it into the Champions League spot, it was under his tutelage as a goalkeeper. Right? So if you're gonna market it, you got to market it right, and they don't, and that's when he gets punished, right? So for me, that's where I think that's the thing. The message has to be clear, and that's when you're selling your player, right? Just positive. Like if you're gonna sell Nketiah, what are you gonna sell?
Well,
You're
be
gonna
a
sell the
market
negatives
for
for him? No, you're not gonna sell the negatives for him, right? If you're gonna buy him, you're gonna bring up all the negatives. All right, this is why we don't want to spend this much, and then the other person's gonna say this is why you should spend.
So I did see something earlier. Sorry, it's a small tangent. Go back to goalkeeper. How there are teams that are opposing the FFP rules, right? They want them relaxed, and those. Hello, David. How you doing? Hello, Glenn. There are teams that want to relax the FFP rules.
Yep.
But one of those teams, surprisingly, Everton, are back in Manchester City in their legal battle, apparently.
Yeah.
Because obviously Newcastle and Chelsea want Newcastle to win this battle. Want Man City to win their battle. Because funny how the teams that want to spend loads of money are going to kind of be like, yeah, we kind of need
See,
Man City as well.
for me, it's a I don't know, it's not necessarily a double-edged sword, but it's like, dude, or you speak to Everton, you're like, hello, so you get punished for it, right? Nottingham Forest, you get punished for it.
Yeah, but they didn't get punished for it that much. They're still in the
It
Premier League.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was 1 point. It doesn't matter if it's 115 charges. It doesn't matter. You're making it sound like, oh, because it's only one charge, it's all right to get punished for it. And then tomorrow I go, guess what? It doesn't matter anymore. It's not. The rules changed, right?
No, what I was actually
Why
going to
would you
say.
back somebody? No, this is like backing somebody who's richer than you because they want to cut taxes, right? Oh, it saves you some money. No, but it saves them a hell of a lot more.
No, the thing I find funny, someone wrote, Everton backing Man City in this financial dispute is like one of those people who post motivational quotes about becoming a millionaire and like working hard to become one, even though they're already stuck in a 9-to-5 job and they're never going to become a millionaire.
Yeah.
It has all that energy to it. It's like, why are you defending Man City?
True. That's why I don't understand that. Glenn, welcome to the show. It's been a while since I've seen you on here, but welcome to the show. For those who know, Glenn does some nice videos out there. He posts out there. I think one of the last big ones he did is when he went to England and did many a video of his trip there and all that. So check it out. He said, I don't want to watch Newcastle work their way up the table with Ramsdale as their goalkeeper. He deserves to leave. I just hope it's not in the Premier League because I rate him. I get that, but you know what? At this point, Arsenal, it doesn't matter. For me, it doesn't matter where he goes, but Arsenal should get the money they deserve for him if they can make it work, right? Because that's the problem. Arsenal sells low and then they get punished for it later, right?
I think
For
a lot
those
of squads are going to look very similar coming out of this summer.
You think what?
A lot of squads are going to look very similar to last season coming out of. I mean, you are going to get movement, but it's not going to be like it was where it was like £1 billion spend free for all.
No, well, you know what? Even with that much money spent, they didn't. All the players did not even play on the squad. You know what I mean? Some were injured, but then some just never even put on a blue shirt, right? David Martin is working, folks. Happens to be in Houston, Texas. Near Lonzo, if not, I think in the same city as Lonzo. So there you go. I hope you're enjoying the heat in Houston, and also the Dr. Pepper. If you're into it, sounds like you're in the home with the Dr. Pepper. So you should check it out.
If he ever goes to Atlanta, you should go to the Coca-Cola factory.
There you go. Yeah, Browning tells us he's no more than 20 mil these days. The transfer market is depressed. See, you say that, but then I'm going to tell you that teams are willing to spend anywhere from 80 to 100 plus for a player, right? So it can't. It's not dried up. It's not dried up the way you think.
Gary, I've been fairly consistent in this for the last few weeks. Where I genuinely feel, I think it's funny when Arsenal fans think they're going to get 40 million for their goalkeeper. I'm like, you're not going to get 40 million for your goalkeeper when you've already made it clear that you're paying 30 for the guy you're going to replace him with, and you're replacing him like you've replaced him before he was even out the door. Like, you're not getting more than you paid for your second choice.
Right now, nobody wants to even pay that. That's what I'm just saying. He is worth more than when we got him, whether or not we want him or not. So I hear what you're saying.
Otherwise, you'd have him.
I hear what you're saying, but he is worth more than when we got him. He's worth more, whether or not you can. It's only a matter of who wants him. If you want a goalkeeper who does certain things, he does that. Yeah.
We don't know what people are going to spend in general. We don't know what money's out there.
Yeah.
So you will probably, I think looking back, we're going to say in 3-4 months' time, we're going to say you did well to get the money that you paid out for him.
No,
that's what I think will end up happening.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying, for me, I know he's worth he's worth what we paid for him, right? Other teams are going to shortchange. Not only, here's the thing also, when it's Arsenal, everybody's going to shortchange them because of the way they've handled their business and the way that they've handled their players. Yeah. I mean, they've handled their players, and I always would say they're lowering the value of their players, but at some point they need to change that. The perception that just because you leave an Arsenal means you get them on the cheap. All right. So that's kind of my thinking there. I they're worth more whether or not we can get it. I think it's all perception, right?
But ultimately, I just find it funny. Like if you told me that Newcastle and Chelsea are back in Man City in a financial Premier League rules dispute, wouldn't surprise me at all. Seeing Everton's name on that list was laughable.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. And Brownie, I don't read the transfer markets as gospel, but I do believe I understand a little bit about the perception of value for a player. You know, so yeah, no, so that's kind of my thinking there. So yeah, I think he's worth at least what we got him for. And that's more than 15. Let's just say that.
I thought you paid 20 for him, didn't you?
That's why I'm saying teams are saying we'll pay 15 for him, but we're going to pay an extra 5 mil for a player, as you said, with more years on more legs, but just not experience, right?
I'll be very surprised if clubs have not walked into a conversation with Edu, I believe it is, and said, we are not paying you more than you paid for your second choice goalkeeper. And he is your second choice goalkeeper because you've made that perfectly clear.
Yeah, but you know what? How many times do we go in a situation like that? Because if it turns around and say on the other side, on the other foot, you won't say that. If we're going out to get anybody, we're not going to say that, right? You're not going to say that because you know what? It's an agenda-driven conversation. Because if it's the Arsenal going in there to buy a player, oh, they should be paying top monies for that player, right? That's what I hear all the damn time. But when it's Arsenal doing the exact same thing, oh no, they should do it the right way. They should sell their player for less than their value because
Gary,
guess what? They don't want that player. But guess
sir.
what? It goes the other way as well, right?
No, we're discussing what is top money for a second choice goalkeeper.
Yeah. He's a number one goalkeeper in the Premier League. He's a starting goalkeeper in the Premier League. Yes, he might be number 2, like Julian Alvarez is number 2, number 9 in the City team, but he's a number 1 9 in the Premier League, right? That's what you're buying. You're not, because I hear what you're saying. The perception is he sits for this team, so he's going to sit for everybody. No, that's not true. He might start for everybody in the league, just not that team.
What I'm saying the perception.
No, but that's what you're buying. That's
two,
what you're buying, a starting goalkeeper in the Premier League. You're not buying Arsenal's number 2, right? He's going to start for you in the Premier League. He has started for teams in the Premier League. He has won for teams in the Premier League. That's what you're buying. That's why this whole value thing goes out the window when you say, what are you getting for him? You're getting a number 1 goalkeeper in the Premier League, right? The last three goalkeepers that have left Arsenal, big ones, right, outside of Runason, all number 1 goalkeepers, right? Three of them have started in the league, right?
This prime is
So
surprisingly delicious.
That's my thing. That's my thing. So I hear what you're saying, but I just believe that you're going to tell me the negative side. I'm going to tell you the positive side of it. He's a number 1 goalkeeper in the Premier League. When you have
I think the reality is that the truth is probably going to be somewhere in the middle. Whereas,
look at Alonso's is joining us. He's joining back.
You get what you get for him, right? But I just think some of the Arsenal fans that think they're going to get 40 million.
Yeah, no, but do you hear what I'm saying? No, he's a number 1 goalkeeper in the Premier League. He's a number 2 goalkeeper for Arsenal.
Most teams if they buy him, yes.
So that's why I'm saying he's not worth number 2 goalkeeper money because he isn't a number 2 goalkeeper. All right? He isn't. He's a number 1 goalkeeper in the Premier League. He starts for everybody for about, let's say, about 15 teams. All right? Because other teams have their number 1s, but he can start for any of those other 14 teams.
For Brentford.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's a starting goalkeeper in the Premier League. Whether he plays number 2 for you or not is to for me, anyways.
I'm still loving the comment section today.
Yeah. Arsenal silent during transfer season is one of the things we have to suffer. You know what? When they put their business out, we don't like it. When they don't put it out, we don't like it. So, why should they?
My team's the same. The 49ers do not talk. When they talk to the press, it is very official. Like, they'll talk to the main Leeds reporter.
Yeah.
And it's very rare. But that's how, when you get that interview, you're getting the facts of a situation. But generally, there's nothing like, we only found out we were buying that Ethan Ampadu when we bought Ethan Ampadu. There was no rumour that we were buying Ethan Ampadu. It was just, we're buying this guy. This guy's flying into Leeds. sort of thing.
Yeah.
But,
So, sorry to interrupt,
no, go on.
but I want to tell you guys a story real quick, and this is an honest part about Glenn. So, I was invited on to do a podcast. It was from Dollar Square podcaster Andrew, and this is like the first anniversary of Glenn telling me I was not Darth Vader because I was getting COVID. So Glenn thought I sounded like Darth Vader because I was so stuffed up and coughing and sneezing and all that. So, yeah, exactly, Tom.
I didn't know where your conversation was going, Alonzo. So I was like holding my breath. Should I hit the mute button?
Because I looked at the date. I looked at the date, right? And this is transparent to me because, like, I remember stuff like this.
Yeah.
So this is 4 years ago today that I was on the podcast, and Glenn was making fun of my voice. I don't know if he remembers that or not, but
yeah, no, I know. Like I said, I believe he's a #1 goalkeeper. I understand what you're saying here, Steven. He definitely is a regression. I think Arsenal has killed it, and I say it all the time, but then I also want to get it's not 100% all on Arsenal. You know, some of it's on the player as well. You know, so some of that's on him. Half of it's on him, half it's on the team. They both have punished themselves. Arsenal wants to sell him for a certain price, but then they don't back him. So yeah.
You had him all scared. He sat there like, "Oh my god, did I do a racism?" No,
yeah, no. Well, no. You know, when you started talking, I was like, "Oh man, I want to be. Oh, this is gonna go one of two ways here."
no, I just remember
my favourite comment is Brownies though. This football with Brownie fella, he knows his stuff.
No, you know what? He just likes controversy. You see that, man. He just puts stuff out. If you say something, you know, he don't like or he thinks he can push the numbers, that's what he does. That's what Brownie does. Yeah,
That's true.
He does. He's trying to get his numbers up, man. He don't care who he doesn't look what's behind him. He just burns those trees, man. Just clears the land and moves on. Right? That's Brownie. Yeah.
In my defense, it's
No, you know
rare.
what? Yeah, go ahead.
It's rare that I sound like a notorious villain who's iconic as Darth Vader. So, Glenn, thank you.
There you go.
Has anyone ever said you sound like Bane?
Can you say something in Bane voice, please?
Me?
Either you or
Yeah.
Mr. Tom.
No, Tom knows it better than me.
Yeah,
I live in the dark. I was molded by it.
Yeah, I knew you knew the lines. Yeah, no, you know what? I think Eddie's worth is. Think about it. Eddie's worth is so low that we don't even bring it up anymore. Like we talk about Emil Sufro worth 30 mil last season. In Kedia, we don't even bring it up because it's not even. We know it's not even close to that. We're lucky to get 10 mil for him. So, yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. Lonzo would be my ideal AI voice. So there you go. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. 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 Steven, I guess I didn't notice it as much, but I just knew he was poor in certain parts of his game. I think Arsenal, because of FFP, Ramsdale got screwed. Basically, he was on his way down in form. They couldn't afford to buy Raya outright, so they had to work a loan in, and that didn't happen until late. Because Arsenal does their business that kind of way. I mean, yeah. All right, Glenn says he said we're funny, but he'll be back. Maybe watch the rest later. Cool. Take a look. This is what we do on a Saturday, and we even have other we have other guests as well that come on. Some we see, some we don't see, but we hear them. So Netherlands, they're up. They're 103 for 8, so they did finish a little bit better than it seemed.
Oh, they got 50 odd runs in between.
Yeah.
Lost 2 more. Though.
You got about two more bowls, and then it's over. And then South Africa will probably finish this off in about 10 to 11 overs, if they able to play the form.
Probably about 30 minutes. It'll probably take them, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe an hour at most. Anyway, yeah, but no, that's fair.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
this
I'm now
conversation
just
kind of
thinking of
started with James Trafford. Like I said, Arsenal has to do better with the way that they manage their players, because when they manage them a certain way, they get burned for it every time. So better management, like players need to have more minutes if they're on your squad, or they should be sold. Like these players should be sold. What are you laughing at now? What happened?
because I was rereading Glenn's comment and I was sitting there thinking of how Alonso started his story. He's like,
Oh
"I've got
no,
a story, guys."
I didn't know where he was going with that. I was like, what did
It was
Glenn
a
say? Because
cold and
I
rainy
know.
June day.
Yes. I just got
Oh
back.
yeah, brother.
I just got back. I got off the train station and there was Glenn. It was pouring down buckets, and Glenn slashed my umbrella and it took off running laughing. That's kind of where I thought this was going.
The day started out hot and sunny, and then Glenn walked up to me, and then mysteriously the weather became overcast.
Yeah,
And
yeah. You're gonna have to
I
work on
said,
your
"Hi,
delivery.
Glenn.
Your delivery scared me for a bit. I didn't know where we were
Hi,
going
Glenn.
with that.
I'd like to be on your podcast." To which Glenn took one look at me, and then he shot me.
Yeah. Like I said, did not know what was about to happen, but you scared me. You scared me. Is Eze really on the market for 68? Should we go for him? I don't think we want to be going in for 68 right now. We need to get like.
I'm sorry, Misfit. I'm so sorry. It's just the comment after yours. Yours is a serious question, fair question, but then Russ just went into business for himself. It's just a
There you
thing of
go.
beauty.
Go on. You can say it.
I stepped off the train all alone at dawn, back into the hole where I was born. Oh, the level of poetry. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Sorry, Misfit.
Sorry,
Alonso.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. I didn't realize Eze can play left, right wing, but also attacking mid, which Arsenal needs. They actually need a player that can play an attacking mid and support to some degree support uh, Erdegaard, but also can play on the wings, which means we could have a left and a right wing. I don't know. Let's see how many games he's actually played at right wing, because that's the one that matters the most for us. Let's see here.
My favourite bit of Arsenal lore on the internet is how whenever Saka / Arsenal don't play well, he always limps. Just
But you know
on the
what?
internet
Here's what
me.
I'm going to say about that. And I think, yeah, it probably is true, but I think the team goes as he goes, man. I think the team goes as he goes. That's why we'll see a game. The game prior to that, we'll be saying things about the way he was playing, and you're like, damn, we wish we had somebody they could give it to answer for when he's struggling. All right. Then you see it, and you're like, I think he gets pushed to the edge too many times, and it just so happens. And I think
I agree.
I think it correlates with the way that the team plays. When he's having a good game, we don't hear any of this stuff. When he's having a bad game, the whole team goes as he goes. I think that's why he's the top player for us. Like he's played Eze's played right wing once, so the fact that he says right wing on here is not it's a positive, but not a negative. It's not a positive for Arsenal. 8 times at left wing, 17 times at attacking mid. So, yeah, not a. He wouldn't be our answer at right wing, but definitely.
I wished Leeds bought Eze when we got promoted.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what? Remember when he came onto the league, and I say this all the time. If some team would have just stepped in when he got injured and said, "I don't care," because they would have they would have bought him probably maybe cheaper than now, right? And they would have let him recover, right? And then they get a healthy Eze for the rest of the his career kind of thing. But nobody would pick up an injured player, right? Because it makes no sense. But that's what you sometimes need to do, take a risk. But Brownie was laughing at, I don't know who's laughing. I was laughing at Russ, I guess. And for those who didn't know, the Phillies are playing in London today.
It's at West Ham, isn't it? London Stadium.
Yeah, play the sorry Mets.
Yeah.
No, sorry, the what Mets?
The sorry Mets.
Yeah.
They
That's
suck.
yeah.
The sorry Mets. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see any point in going to watch MLB at London Stadium. I mean, it's really expensive, but they already had the best match on it. When the first time they went to London, one of the matches lasted past midnight because it just kept going.
Yeah.
There was loads of points. I think it was the Yankees and the Mets. Could be wrong.
Yeah.
It was amazing, and it was like, no, that's the match I want to watch. Like watching anything after that is going to be like you've put the main event on first, and now you're getting all the undercard.
Yeah.
Tom, how far are you away from London Stadium? Not far, right?
Well, if I stood at the top of my house and tried to urinate on the London Stadium, I wouldn't reach, but it's about 5 minutes away. I mean, because that would be silly. Like,
you know what?
I'd have to,
Can we, audio guy? Can we just cut out the last 10 seconds of the show, please? Just erase it. It didn't happen, please, because utter nonsense, not relevant, not even funny.
I'll tell you what. Hang on, I'll find it.
We've talked to the audio guy. They're gonna erase it. Thank you very much. That was what?
If I get on that bus, the 69 bus, the London bus, that would go to the London Stadium.
There you go.
It's a real bus. It's a real bus. It really exists.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tom, for information.
So, Mr. Tom, how close is it from where my dad lives?
It's probably like an hour on the tube.
Okay.
It would have to be.
Is it a bus or is it a train? Multiple trains?
I think it's
multiple buses.
It's probably multiple. You'd have to. I'm guessing you'd have to get the bus to the train station, and then you could get the train. Oh, which one is it? The Central Line or the Jubilee Line? Well, anyway, if you get on the Jubilee or the Central Line, whichever one, go to Stratford. Probably take about an hour to go from one side of London to the other, but it's possible.
Okay. My dad lives in Acton. For those who,
I remember it took so long for Gary's bus to arrive at the train station that I ate a chicken meal while waiting. I mean, I weren't complaining. It's just what happened. All right.
There you go.
I appreciated the opportunity to actually try the chicken of Acton, to be fair.
There you go.
It was okay. It was okay.
Yeah.
Was said chicken Popeyes, Tom, or KFC?
No, it would have been probably Acton fried chicken or something. I can't remember what it was called. But I did stand outside Popeyes last week. I took a photo of it, ironically, but I've never ate Popeyes.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. We're gonna head out of here soon, though, folks. It is it's 12 over here. It's like lunchtime for me. So we're gonna finish off, and Mr. Tom needs to get his. You're getting Indian tonight, you said.
Yeah, I call it Indian, but it's really a Bangladeshi place.
Oh, okay.
So it's probably racist of me to get it wrong, but where is it? Sorry, do excuse me. That's the Popeyes. Again, it's just outside the London Stadium.
Nice.
Cool. Cool.
I probably should go there and get some because.
Yeah, you should check that out. If you can do KFC, then you can do that. Not far. Oh, not far from you. Yeah, you know what? Next time I'm in town, I'm gonna get. I didn't give anybody fair warning when I was coming last time. There's a lot of people I could have met, and I'll do that this time before I come. Meet some people, some places, for a drink or two, or 10. We'll see how that goes. But we're gonna head out of here, folks.
Yes, sir.
It's about that time. Alonzo, you're first up.
Good to see you, Gary, and thanks for having me on. Good to see you, Tom. It's nice talking with you guys, and good to see some QR codes in there as well. Good to see everybody in the chat. Russ, Brownie, Sam, Colonel Ward, Stephen, thanks guys for keeping us entertained in your silly comments. Anyways, thanks for letting me talk about hockey for a couple of seconds, and hopefully Martin Truex Jr. will finish first in tomorrow's race.
Remember to delete that hockey segment too. Sorry. Oh yeah, you're right. It was good to have you on.
Oh man.
All right, cool. Say bye. Say bye, Alonzo.
Oh, see you guys. Take care. Have a good weekend.
Cool. And Mr. Tom.
I'd like to address this. I like to eat food to enjoy food.
What does he know about? What does this guy know about food, anyways?
If I have a curry that is like the hottest curry on the menu, will someone come and hand me a trophy while my arsehole is on fire later in the evening or the next morning? Like there's no literal prize for eating the hottest dish on the menu to be a man or whatever.
Oh,
no,
yeah, brother.
I eat what I enjoy. I don't give a fuck what any of you think.
Yeah. I don't know what is up with Brownie. You know what he's doing.
Brownie, he's a good lad.
He's covering up for something. You know, they say he's covering up for something. You know, he's trying to show he's a big, strong lad, but in reality, he's a little, no.
All the comments where he said I was right though were good.
No, I think that's where he was lying. The man don't speak the truth ever.
I see. Oh, it was like that, was it?
It was like that.
It was like that. No, in all seriousness, I've had a great time. Thanks for everyone that has gave us their time, of course.
Yeah.
Always appreciated. I mean, because I'd have fun either way, just sitting having a chat with Gary, having a chat with Alonzo sometimes. But no, in all seriousness, but obviously you all enhance it with Russ's poetry was fucking, it was filthy. It was beautiful. Russ was a poet, and he doesn't even know it, like, sort of thing. It was amazing, but awesome stuff. Have a great afternoon, everyone, or great evening. I was gonna say join us tomorrow. I mean, it's gonna be midnight, so you probably shouldn't. Don't watch the full Nelson tomorrow. On this QR link, of course. Don't watch it. Don't access that link. I myself did access that link, and it's literally just to the Twitter page and to the YouTube. But because I was kind of worried that Tony was going to put a virus on my phone, unknowingly or knowingly. I miss Tony. Again, I say it a million times. Tony went, Tom, I'll make the Twitter page for a shuffle. Yes, foolproof. You cannot mess this up. And then he went, yeah, I messed it up. I made it so the Twitter page was 1 day old, like, and you have to be 14 to be on Twitter. I was like, so
yeah.
It's a real thing. It's a real thing. It really happened. Good old Tony. He's our Tony. But no, seriously, thank you, Brownie. Thank you for your time. Again, I don't know if you're there, Russ, but I love the poetry. I'm gonna have my calmer, and I'm gonna enjoy it. In fact, I might even photograph every. I'm not gonna do that. I'm far too lazy. But I was joking. I was gonna say that I'll photograph every.
You should just do a stream of you just eating your korma in honor of one Brownie, Adam Brown.
I've had worse ideas. I've seen worse ideas.
Everybody, thank you again for joining us. It was good. You know, we had a good chat. This went 2 hours. I think we talked about football for about 30 minutes, maybe 35 when I pushed it. You know? But
hello, I am Alonzo.
Yeah, this is what we do. We found out Alonzo is Darth Vader in another life. Russ is still here, so Russ.
You are lying about the rebel plans. You're a liar and a traitor.
Oh man, the best is when they try to step to Darth Vader, and he just like takes their breath away. It's like that's. Then he's like, okay, we're gonna need a new captain now. I've seen a vid. I saved a video. It's really funny. It's I'll send it to you. But it's Darth Vader runs into Skywalker, and then he starts dancing to some song, and it's funny. I just thought it was funny because it's Darth Vader dancing. So
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna
yeah,
do when Alonso comes for you? Bad
there you
boys,
go.
bad boys.
There you go, people. There you go.
I'm looking forward to when they reboot Bad Boys, and it's Tony and Alonso.
Oh,
What you wanna do when Tony and Alonso come for you?
And it had time really arguing.
That'd be beautiful. It'd be. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I'll buy a ticket for us as well.
Yeah, I'll send it. Here, I'll send you the link because I thought this was funny. It's an Instagram link, but it's Darth Vader. You gotta take a look at it. I'll put it in the chat for you guys to watch just before we go. But I thought this was funny.
Boba Fett.
Okay, let me press this.
It's a Fergie, man. London, bridge fall down, or whatever she sings.
That's funny.
Oh my! Boy, he's having a great time.
Yeah, he is. There you go, Lonzo wheeling around. They do like a 2-hour ride with Lonzo pushing Tony around, and it, driving by like a ditch and going, should I drop him in there?
Do you know what the villain will be? It doesn't matter what the villain will be, but as long as they're stood on a flight of stairs, then Tony and Lonzo ain't solving shit.
All right, everybody, thank you for joining us.
Slowly getting away.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. This has been cool. We'll do it again next week. There'll probably be a couple of weeks where I'm not here. Mr. Tom will take over the reins.
You really don't want that, but okay.
But it's what happens, right? It's what happens. Oh, look at this. South Africa, 0 for 1 after one bowl.
Golden duck.
0 for 1. One bowl.
Cricket, baby.
Tony doing a drive-by. It takes forever.
Not in his car.
Yeah, a roll-by. Rolling in a 6-4, all right?
Well, you know what the theme song would be of that film? Be Tony's rolling, Tony's hating.
Yeah. Everybody, we'll do this.
Yeah,
we'll do this again. Thank you. Who knows? We'll see who's on next week. But thanks for joining us. I hope you like. I added some more stuff to the outro. Just a little picture. You'll know it when you see it. But see you guys. Thanks. Have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Hit the likes, subscribe, and all that. Chat with you later.
Life is a journey. Don't waste your trip. Enjoy the ride. Here you go.